Welcome to the OAPN Podcast with your host, Adarsh Sakare. No bullshit, no cuts. 100% raw conversations with 0% fucks to give. We don't encourage the consumption of alcohol, but if you want to open up a cold one while you watch this, it's not a bad idea.
So, welcome to episode number 55 of On a Personal Note with Adarsh Sakare. On episode 54, we had Justin here. Like his name, Hyperfit X, I think he was pretty hyper in the positive way. And we had a very good time with him, not just during the shoot, I think even after the shoot. If you haven't watched that episode, you should definitely check it out. It was, I think, the first or the second time we had an interviewer himself sit on the other side. So that's a completely different vibe. Today we are back again this week with another episode. There are quite a few questions in my mind as always. But before we introduce her, let's say hi to Karishma. Hi, Karishma.
Hi.
Hi, Karishma. So thanks for coming here, first of all. So a little about Karishma before we start. I asked her what are those two things you want to be associated with in terms of an introduction. She mentioned entrepreneur and fitness enthusiast. And right off the back, like when you look at the profile, that's what we were speaking about. Like people will assume that, okay, fitness is all Karishma, like okay, she's fitness and that's pretty much it. But of course there's another side to her. And not just that, I think to have an entrepreneur who's also interested in ensuring women get empowered in her long-term vision, and all her competitions that she's been part of, all that has to start from a source of motivation that can't come to anyone just like that. So we'll try and dig in what was the reason for that motivation and what got her in this journey of her personal fitness as well. That being said, if you know Karishma, great. Here's a chance to know her a little better. If you don't know Karishma yet, great. Go have a look at her profile and then I'm sure you'll enjoy this episode.
Awesome.
So Karishma, how's life going as of now? How are things? Is it a happy life?
To be very honest, very, very happy.
Oh, nice.
I'm enjoying life.
Okay.
Because, like, to be honest, I'm working and I get to do what I want to do, which is I'm very passionate about fitness. So I get to do a lot of activities, try out new things, explore new things. And I love traveling. I've been traveling as well.
Okay.
So things are going great for me. I'm enjoying how things are going.
Okay. What's the best part of your day?
Today?
No, not today. Just generally. What's the thing you enjoy the most?
The first thing is when I get up in the morning,
Okay.
drink my coffee, and then head to the gym.
Okay.
Then reach the gym, and then I love it.
Okay, so that's your happy spot.
That's my happy spot. First thing in the morning.
So you mentioned in your recent, was it an interview with
Sauce Club? Yeah.
It was an interview, right?
Yeah.
So in that interview you mentioned like now it's become a habit for you, where it's no more, like an extra effort. It's just part of your day.
Yeah.
What caused that change?
I think it's about consistency.
Okay.
And then once I was so consistent into something, I started getting better at it. And then I started seeing improvements in myself. So once you start seeing that for yourself, that's where it hits the spot and you want to do more of it. So I think for me, consistency changed the game altogether.
For you.
Yeah.
So even before consistency, of course, like I've had personally like a huge challenge with, body weight. Maintaining body weight.
Yeah.
I think over the last 8 years in my life, I've lost weight maybe 8 times, gained weight 8 times, right? So it's like a vicious cycle I've been part of, still trying to figure out how to get out of that cycle. And every time I think I've figured it out, I realize that I haven't, right? Maybe there's a huge thought process change that I need, I definitely need a huge change in thought process. But here's the thing, right? A lot of people want to lose weight, want to get fit. But that consistency that you spoke about, we'll obviously dive into that in a bit. But what was the initial reason you wanted to go from, like you mentioned, 80 kilo to a 60 kilo weight range?
So before that, I would like to say that we've all been through that journey. Like losing weight, gaining, losing weight, gaining. It's normal. It's okay.
Then I'm fine. Not the only one.
I think we shouldn't be that harsh to ourselves.
Yeah.
Like, it's absolutely fine. And the second thing what you asked me is, what did you ask me? I forgot.
About consistency and where it started for you. Where did the journey start for you of losing weight, and why was the reason you were so motivated to do it for yourself?
So actually, to be honest, I was on the heavier side when I was in 10th. Because of exams, I had gained a lot of weight. I think I was 80. Okay. And initially when you start off, you don't know anything. So I remember doing those Zumba classes and, those stepper classes and completely cardio based. And somehow I figured things out, and I decided to lose weight. Now, why was that so strong for me? Was because I remember I was in Mount Carmel College, and Mount Carmel College was very well known for, modeling and things like that.
Now?
Yeah, even now. Okay. I'm not sure about it now, but I remember back then it was so hype. So I remember one of the modeling instructors, he came to me and he said that, you were good. He passed me for the first round. He said, come back next year. Lose a couple of weight and come back next year, and then we'll see. That thought was in my head. I said nothing doing. If I have gone through the first round, I will make it next year, and nothing stopped me, and I lost weight. I did whatever I had to do. 1 year, I did not even cheat. I don't know how I did that.
1 year?
1 year. I don't even know how I did that.
I'm already feeling guilty, boss. Like every fitness expert, anyone I interviewed, I was telling Aditya the same thing. Boss, like, amazing story, okay, but it will leave me with so much guilt about my own self. But anyway, please continue.
Yeah. So that didn't stop me, and then I lost weight, and then I tried the next year, but I didn't get through.
Okay. The reason?
But the reason, I don't know, it just didn't work out. But I was fine, like I reached a spot where I was, very happy. I was comfortable with my body. I was comfortable with the way I was moving. There was a lot of ease in my movements. So I think that just was perfect for me.
Of course, it also built a lot of confidence for you. Like,
more than that, for sure.
Like body image, the confidence, like having conversations with clients, anything. I think it would have taken you a long way as well.
For sure.
And have you ever gone back? Like, you've never relapsed from that? That type of lifestyle?
No. I mean, there have been times where once I did relapse, but not to that extent.
Okay.
But I was able to get back. And, the thing is that each time I did, for example, I did it with a nutritionist, or I did a couple of sessions with a trainer. I feel like I learned more from them, how they do it, and how the coaches me. So for me, like, I learn a lot through people. So the more I associate with people, I learn a lot. So more than book knowledge, I'm more like into practical knowledge. So that's why I like meeting new people and hearing their journey out as well, because I feel like somewhere I'm learning in the process, So that's important.
It's always two-way.
Yeah.
So the business that you're in, is it a family-owned thing? Is that something you got in?
Yeah. So it's a family-owned thing.
Okay.
But we are in the management bit of it. So management was a new concept altogether, like something like a urban vault or things like that, which as a family-run business, it was not very well known. But then we brought the entire concept of a managed office space.
Okay.
So
So it's a completely different brand, or you're working with the similar properties that this business was already managing?
No. It's a
Okay.
completely new thing altogether. It's
Okay.
called Tech Space. So we
Okay.
basically run managed office spaces.
If you can just talk a little about managed office spaces, like give
Sure.
us 2-3 examples,
Yeah.
what you call a managed office space, that will be nice.
Yeah. So basically, when you say co-working space, you basically give out one seat to a freelancer or a group of say 5 to 6 people working in a company. But we give out the entire floor, which has about 30-35 seats, and we give it to one startup. And we manage everything for them, which means their Wi-Fi, their cleaning, their tea, coffee. We have the coffee vending machines, and basically A to Z. They just have to walk in with their laptops. Even the interiors, everything is taken care of.
Everything is taken care. And this is solely owned by you, or how
Yeah,
does it work?
as of now, it's
Okay.
owned by us.
And is that what's taking up most of your day now?
Yeah. Monday to Friday is
Tech
my
space.
it's tech
You have a
space.
team.
Yeah, I do have a team.
How many members are these? I mean,
It is we have say around it as of now in tech space we have just say about 6 people.
okay.
But apart from that, because we have a lot of vendors as well, right, to get things done, so that's a huge team. So as of now, yeah, that's about it.
So how are you able to manage like both of this, like spending time on fitness and the business? I mean,
Yeah.
does it get a little chaotic sometimes?
Sometimes I get tired,
Okay.
because of the workout which would have happened. That's why I sleep very early. Like I
Okay.
actually I can get sleep by 9.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and I sleep by say 9:30, 10, and I'm up by 5. Like that's normal
Wow.
for me.
Okay.
Yeah,
And you're at the gym by
I'm at the gym by say 6.
6?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
pretty much done with like your workout by say 8, 8:30, you're back, your meals are ready.
Yeah.
If you can talk to us about your meal prep. So Karishma has brought in like a huge, like it's really huge. I'm not going to show it on camera. It's like a huge basket. Like maybe it's for the 3 of us. I don't know. But she's got all these tiffins. So I mean, like, what is it? Like you prep this in the morning.
Yeah. So I have actually got this from like.
So what are you eating today? Tell me your meals today. Like,
And so today I just didn't have time.
Okay.
So I just threw some like veggies,
okay.
and then I put avocado, and then I put some nuts, and then I put mango.
Okay.
So it's just a avocado mango salad.
Where's the food?
No, but I don't only eat that. It's just
Okay.
that today was an exceptional
Okay.
day, but I eat. Like I actually eat like good
Okay.
food.
Do you have like a calorie count?
No,
in
I
place?
used to be in that toxic relationship with food. Very, very toxic. I think most of the times people do relapse is because they have that toxic relationship with food. They don't look at food like, it's just food. It's a source of energy, but they look at food like, oh my God, how many calories does it have? So I think I went through that phase of life, which to be very honest, I'm over it now, and that I got over because I explored different people who could help me out to get rid of it. So that's why I keep telling people that, if you're not able to figure out a way, try to see how you can get some help, either in the form of coaches or talk to people in the same field, but, make that initiative, Don't just sit out there and be like, I can't do anything, or no one's there to help me, or, things like that. So I think I really got over this toxic relationship with food.
Yeah, because that's where it's hit me also, right? Because when you go into this, okay, you know what, I'm going to lose some weight. So, this is the number of calories I need to, whatever. And then I'm counting my calories. I mean, not like to the decimal point, but okay, roughly 1,500, 2,000, 2,200 calories. And you're calculating every day, right? Every single day. And the day you're, say, over by 300, 400 calories, you think that you've relapsed, this is screwed, and this and that. And the other side of it is, even if you succeed, how long are you going to keep like measuring, oh, you know what, I succeeded today.
Exactly.
You know what, I succeeded today.
Yeah.
So what is it, portion control? Is that what you do? I mean, is there portion
Yeah.
control as part of your day?
So I'll just, before I get to that, I'll just tell you that it's not sustainable calorie counting, and there were times where I would measure like even my dates or dry fruits. I would take that
That's
weighing
just
scale.
too crazy. Like
Yeah.
people measure biscuits, one biscuit, and
Imagine my
I
life.
ate 20
Like I have work as well. And I work out because I like working out, and then I have another job which is to take the weighing scale and measure the nut that I had, or the chicken what I need to have, or the avocado one I want to have. It was very bad, to be honest. But I took a nutritionist help,
Okay.
and now it's more than portion control. My objective is to ensure that whatever meal I'm having should help me to get full, and how that helps me get full is a couple of things. So I would make sure that I would have 2 portions of veggies. Okay, that's my ultimate.
Tell me this: what is the best substitute for veggies? Nothing.
I think you should just learn how to ask people, or you learn how to cook it well. Like cook it well, or look for recipes, because I'm sure like salads can be really nice. It's just that you need to figure out good ways of making it. But 2 portions of veggies is a lot. That keeps you full. Then I start off with first my veggies, and then like I move to my protein, my source of protein. So I'm a meat eater, so I eat either my chicken, or I have fish or whatever, and then I focus on fat as well. So either my veggies will have some coconut, or the fish or something would have coconut, and then I move forward to my carbs, which is either chapati. I don't eat. I'm mostly gluten free, but I eat whenever I want to eat. But Monday to Friday I'm gluten free.
Nice.
So I eat either rice or any, but that would be my last. So that's where it's already limited. So the objective is to get fuller. So how you get fuller, it's because you're having that veggies, which is 2 portions, which is a lot. Then you're having coconut, which is fat, which makes you full. Then you're having fish or non-veg, or whatever source of protein. It can be tofu or whatever, which makes you full. Then you proceed to the carbs, then you don't feel like eating more. You'll just have a little bit,
Which is great.
That is you don't have to tell yourself, oh my god, I need to have 100 grams of rice, go take the measurement and have it. No, keep that in the last, finish whatever you need to finish, and then have. And if you want more, don't restrict yourself, because sometimes you'll feel like having more, right? So that's fine. So
do you train, like, do you like personally train people as well, or?
No, I don't train people. But I help people. I love helping people.
And you don't intend to have that as part of your life, where you're actually like a fitness coach?
Yeah. So as of now, I don't have anything right now. But in the near future, as a social cause, I really want to, take that forward. Either collaborating with people, or different coaches or some sort, to help people in their journey. That's more important, because I feel like community workouts, community fitness helps a lot, as compared to you doing everything alone by yourself, because everyone, you learn from different stories.
It requires a little time investment, like
to do it by yourself. I
mean, even as part of a community, I'm saying, like, you need to be constantly like in touch with the group and ensuring that you're doing your workouts together.
Not really. When I say community, I basically mean like it could be like doing community workouts, like group workouts, live.
But on
workouts.
a regular basis?
As a regular thing, no. But like as of now, I would just look at something which is probably once a week or something like that. As of now, that's something which I want to take on in the future. But as of now, there's nothing which is solid, which is happening right now. So yeah.
Sure. What is it that is the most challenging thing about being an entrepreneur today? I mean, being a woman entrepreneur, right? We've come a long way in that journey, is what I feel. Of course, like certain industries are ahead of the others in terms of ensuring there's a right ecosystem in place for a woman entrepreneur. But in your space, in your personal life, have there been and are there challenges that you think exist because of being a woman entrepreneur?
Mm. In my field, firstly, very, very few people are into,
Okay.
real estate. Very few women are there.
Okay.
So sometimes, the kind of people who I'm dealing with, they, they're quite surprised to even look at me, being there.
Okay.
But I think I've gotten used to it, wherein I don't look at it in that aspect. Like, I just need to get my work done, so it doesn't affect me what they think about me. So as a person, I feel like what people think about me
That anyways,
is, yeah,
that's
I don't
yeah.
think so much about it. I
Got
don't
it.
put so much of attention to it. So even if people do feel awkward, I don't feel awkward. I just make sure I get my job done.
Yeah.
So for me, and to be honest, like, yeah, so that's about it.
But professionally, I mean, is it a barrier?
No, as of now, nothing. For
No.
me, at least. I don't know about other women, but for me, there's no barrier as such. I mean, I just need to, for me, it's like I need to get my job done. That's it,
How's it with the family? I mean, are they constantly in a place where they are supporting you, and is it like do you get their inputs? Are you by yourself? How does it work?
I think we work together as a team.
Okay.
Yeah, we all support each other to ensure everything is done in place. So we're all there for each other.
Okay. So
We-
you have siblings?
Yeah, I do have an older brother.
He's also in the same business?
Yeah, and he puts
Okay.
a lot of pressure on me.
What pressure basis?
Working pressure.
Okay.
He's he can be like he's like a robot.
Okay.
Yeah, like
I mean, were they the ones who asked you to continue to stay in the same business? Did you ever
I think
consider?
I just got into it,
Okay.
Yeah, that now it's become a part of me. Like I have to do it, So a lot of people tell me that now this is something which is important, because some people say like do what you really love, what you're passionate about. But then for me, like this is like working and running managed office space is something which I'm okay with. I wouldn't say like I'm 100% passionate about it, like, but it's what I have to do, For me, it's like that, and I do
Okay.
what I have to do. But then if I start doing like getting full time into fitness, then I don't know if I'll get that passion in my workouts, in my nutrition, because my attention goes only on
Then
either making money
making money.
or other people. So I know this might sound selfish, but I want to do it for myself
Yeah.
because I enjoy it as a passion.
And anything other than that might spoil what's the relationship you have with it, like with working out. If you make
Yeah,
it
then
into
I
a
won't
business.
enjoy it anymore,
Yeah.
I'll not have any other passion then.
That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
That's true. What are some of those things you have on your bucket list? You mentioned travel, but
Yeah.
are you someone that has like a bucket list for travel?
For travel, yeah, I mean, I don't have a bucket list, but a couple of places. Like I wanna go to a couple of beaches, and then
Okay.
like I
So
wanna.
you're a beach person.
I'm a beach person, but then I also wanna like, I don't know, this is in my head, but I wanna go for like a 1 month adventure tour to
Okay.
New Zealand,
Okay. Why New Zealand?
because I wanna do like all the adventure activities like skydiving and bungee jumping and all. Yeah, so that's in my head also, but let's see.
Has the travel started? I mean, have you been to a few places in the past?
Yeah, I have been.
Okay.
But yeah, this year I need to plan something out. Yeah.
And you're planning to do this by yourself?
Yeah, the New Zealand thing. Yeah, let's
Okay. But is that something that seems challenging for you? Because going for a trip by yourself
see. Yeah, that.
I mean, not operationally, but more like emotionally, right? Like
Yeah.
to do it all by yourself. Is that something that excites you?
Yeah, I enjoy actually because last year also I went to Bali
Okay, by yourself.
by myself.
Okay.
So first I attended a workshop which was into calisthenics. So I learned a lot, met different coaches, met different people who are in the same field, and I enjoyed it. And then I stayed for another 5 to 6 days, just moving around, Bali, and I loved it because you get to know so much about yourself, what you like, what you don't like, not different people's perspectives which are brought forth, you start discovering yourself, and I loved it. Yeah, it was so good, so good. I just did what I wanted to do. That's it.
Great. What about calisthenics has driven you? I mean, I saw a lot of posts of yours.
The calisthenics.
Yeah, doing calisthenics. What about it has inspired you? Has made you like it so much?
Yeah. So basically, I have a coach in calisthenics. So my first intention was to learn a pull up, no matter what. Like that is one thing I wanted it, and I worked hard and I trained hard for a pull up. And then once I got a pull up, I'm like, okay, wow, I got a pull up. And then I started like exploring different aspects in calisthenics, like which meant the dips and things like that, and started getting better at it. So the strength part of calisthenics, drive me towards learning more into calisthenics, because calisthenics is all about the core strength, and it's all about your upper body strength and things like that. So I started getting better at it, and I started liking it then.
And I mean, is that a type of workout that you do on a daily basis, or how does it work?
Yeah. So basically, I focus on doing 3 days of leg day.
Okay.
And then
3 days.
Yeah, 3 days.
Okay.
Yeah. Recently started. It's
Okay.
been a month and a
The
half.
reason being?
Because I was calisthenics is all about upper body,
Okay.
core
Okay.
and upper body, and then I started realizing that I wasn't focusing on
Okay.
proper leg workout. So now I do 3 days of leg workout, which means like it's not just like doing deadlift or
Okay.
squats. So I do a lot of mobility, strength,
Got it.
leg workouts. So a lot of mobility, and my weights are very less. Like I'll probably just take dumbbells and 10 kgs, but like how to make my movements more swifter, and making my body more mobilized. So 3 days of leg day, and then 3 days of calisthenics upper body day.
So 6 days
Yeah,
of workout
and
a
then
week.
like I also love spinning.
Okay, I've seen that. You
So I
had
go-
a class today.
Yeah,
I'm aware.
It was
We
a
were looking at your
120.
stories. We're like, okay, spin class before the shoot.
It was a
Probably worth
120-minute ride.
Okay.
So it was so fun.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. So you do, of course, train at Academy of Strength as well.
Yeah.
And like we mentioned, right? We had Devrat here speaking about his journey with Academy of Strength and how he's built it. What do you think makes Academy of Strength a special place? What's so nice about this place?
Yeah, I think I even mentioned that to Suhail, that Academy of Strength is very different from a traditional coaching gym or whatever. So in Academy of Strength, you have dedicated fitness students, who come 15 minutes before class, even though they're aware that there is warm up, but they still come 15 minutes before to work on their correctives, which
What do you
means they might have some either some past injuries, or it could be like to mobilize the hip, or something like that. Basically, Academy of Strength also helps you realize that what are those things you need to work on, to help
better
you
mobility
correct
for yourself,
to
for your
help-
body. Yeah. Great.
So
great.
they come 15 minutes before to work on their correctives. Okay. And then they start their workout. Now, I don't find any place where you find people actually coming 15 minutes before class to work on correctives.
Correctives. Yeah. That's like a different level of
that's the kind
dedication.
of coaching they bring forth in the community, where people actually enjoy coming to the place. So, and it's a very the place is a very raw finish, like you'll actually find people doing different stuff, not your traditional squats, deadlifts, and things like that. it's about a whole stream of knowledge in that place. So I really love Academy, and I've told Suhail a couple of times, like, I keep promoting that place. I'm like, guys, just go there. If you want to get strong, go there. If you want to get mobilized, go there. You will just get all the knowledge there. So yeah,
It's probably one of the worst things that we haven't visited the place yet.
you guys should go there.
Because right after the episode, he was like, "Listen, all this is fine. We did a great shoot and everything, but you guys got to come and see the place." And I think it's one of the worst things. Like, it's just sad, bro. Right now, it's just sad that we haven't gone, and we gotta turn up there.
Yeah.
So you train there every day?
No, 3 times a week.
Okay,
So I
okay.
do
For
legs.
the
Yeah.
Oh, you go there for the
Leg
legs,
work.
and where else do you work out apart from this
I work
place?
out in Switch.
Okay,
It's in Sadashanaka.
okay.
So I work out there. I do my calisthenics 3 times a week there.
Mm.
And then 2 days, Chakra, Infantry Road.
Chakra is a gym.
It's a spinning center.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. So, Karishma, if you had to like talk about one thing that you haven't yet tried in your life, but you want to do, not on a personal front, but professionally, right? Like, eh, how would you define yourself, say, 10 years down the line? Like, what is it that you want to be? What is the vision? What is the type of professional life that you want to lead? Has it already begun? Is there a particular idea you have in mind? And yeah, I just want to get a sense of the bigger vision that you have or that you'd want to build towards.
Mm. So 10 years down the line is
Yeah.
something which I haven't thought about.
Mm.
But
I mean, would it be in the same space? Is there any other space that you've considered?
you mean
being-
professionally,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
you mean
professionally.
professional
Mm.
in terms of work?
Mm.
Uh, in terms of professionally, I haven't really thought
Mhm.
about it. I'll be very honest.
Sure.
In the next 10 years, I mean, I know I'm going to be in the same
Mhm.
field, but I'm still not sure,
Mm.
Yeah.
You never know
What
what'll
can
end up.
happen, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
But personally, anything else that you think that you want to chase, you want to learn, you want to experience?
I think, personally, I think, like, I have few things in my head,
Okay.
but I don't know if I want to actually say it
Okay.
out,
Okay.
to be very honest.
Maybe
But,
one.
For sure, I want to, as I mentioned to you, I want to bring forth a
Mhm.
fitness community.
Okay.
How, what, haven't thought about it,
Okay.
but especially for women.
Mhm.
So let's see how things go. And I also want to get into, um, getting it in terms of an influencer thing as well.
Okay.
So that's
Okay.
also in my head, but there are a couple of things which I'm
It's
working
still-
on. Yeah.
It'll take some time.
Yeah,
put
I just
together.
don't want to say it until it's done,
Until
I,
it's done. Makes
I'm that
sense.
kind of a person.
Yeah. 100%. Same
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
So, who are those role models right now for you, like in your life, whether it's a known person or someone through media?
Huh.
Are there role models for Karishma as of today?
I mean, I do have some fitness role models,
Like,
but she's called, I don't know her name. It's called Vanja Moves or something.
Okay.
I don't know her pronunciation.
okay.
But in terms of fitness, I just like the way she's so mobile. Like,
Mhm.
in the sense, she can just move from one place to another. Her body has now become so stiff
Mm.
because of either strength workout or whatever. She's
Okay.
just, she can just move from one place to another, and she's just such a movement person. But that's just on the fitness aspect of it. I think, in terms of who I actually look up to, there are a lot of people, but I like listening about this person called Vishal Lakhiani. I don't know if
Okay.
you've heard of it.
Maybe.
So he's
No.
he does a lot of Mind Valley.
Must have. It does ring a bell.
Yeah,
It does ring
yeah.
a bell. Yeah.
So I mean, I just like, I like to hear his podcast because he
Okay.
brings about a lot of compassion in the way he talks.
Mhm.
He looks at things in a very different angle. So that's someone who I really look forward to listening to. And yeah, so that's about it.
And like on your bad day, who are those like day one friends for you? Like, do you have like friends back from school?
Yeah.
And how has it been?
Yeah.
Uh, if
So I
you want to
have,
talk about them,
yeah, so I have like two of my girlfriends. We share the same tattoo.
Okay, that's sweet.
Yeah, so it's 8 to infinity, but that's their two names are Aarti and Keetna, and I have
Okay.
another good friend of mine which I met
Okay.
in college. His name is Kishore.
Okay.
So we three are like very very bonded. So if there's anything, I know they have my back, and
Okay.
it's so nice to have people who you can actually trust completely. And I feel like I'm so honestly, I'm so fortunate enough that I have three people who I can actually look up to, always there for me, and very few people have that. So I feel like I'm so lucky.
Where did you do your schooling?
I did in Sapphires.
Oh, you went to Sapphires. Okay.
Sapphires Mounts,
Okay.
CMS,
So you got out of Sapphires in which year?
2011.
Okay, okay, okay. And then you went to
Mounts, 2 years.
And after that?
CMS,
Okay.
Jane
Okay,
University.
okay.
Yeah.
Post that?
That's it. I'm just
Okay.
a
After that
medium
you-
graduate. Yeah.
Oh, no, not like studying wise, I was asking, but so you immediately started working with your family?
No. So
Okay.
I worked in Amazon as
Okay.
a catalog associate for 1 year.
So that was college placements, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I
Okay.
got that. And then like I realized that's not what I
Sure,
am. That's
sure.
not who I am. So then I did a diploma in fashion designing, and then in JD, and then I got done with that, and then I got into styling.
Styling.
Yeah. So I was a fashion stylist for 2 years. I
How did
for
that happen?
that happened because I just looked up for some stylist in Bangalore, and I started assisting them. Then I started getting my own personal gigs. And
Okay.
then shopping malls were my office.
Wow.
Like I would
Okay.
go at 10:30 to the mall, and I would have a book and a pen, and sometimes there were days where at 6 or 7 in the evening I would be crying in the mall, and people would be like, why is this girl crying and shopping? And like I would have like 10 bags with me, and they were like, what is wrong with this girl? But yeah, so I got into fashion styling. So I did for I used to do for brands basically.
Okay.
Like I've done for HRX, Cult,
Oh.
and Duraflex, and couple of brands. So I worked as a stylist for like 2 years, and then I moved.
You did mention modeling as well.
Yeah. So
I mean,
after
how-
styling,
Okay.
I got a gig for modeling, and they were like,
Okay.
"Hey, listen, like why don't you try as a model here
For who? If
for
you don't mind.
Duraflex?"
Okay.
My first shoot was for Duraflex,
Oh.
not Durex.
Not Duraflex.
Duraflex.
Very clear.
Very clear. Yeah. So that was my first gig, and I did it with Martin. I don't know if you've heard of
Yeah,
him. Martin
we have
D'Souza.
interviewed him.
Oh,
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
So
He also, I think, was part of ad campaign for them.
yeah, that was my first
But
shoot.
he's
with
big
them.
on ad campaigns, right?
Yeah,
Like, I
yeah.
think he's done a lot of work
Yeah,
with
yeah.
advertisements. Okay.
Yeah.
So
So-
you both worked together on that advertisement?
Yeah.
Oh,
That was my first shoot with him.
okay.
And then and then I started off, and I did with that shoot. There were also some acting videos as well, which I have never done in the past, but
Acting videos for?
for Duraflex. There were
Okay.
videos as well as stills.
Okay.
Yeah, so then people in Bangalore started, production houses, they started to realize, because I already had styling as a background, so they knew me, but then they started seeing a different side of me.
Okay.
And that's when they started calling me for a lot more shoots in terms of acting as well as stills. And then I got full time into styling and modeling.
Okay.
But then styling became too much. At one point, I couldn't handle both. So, like for one, I did modeling for 2 years.
Okay.
1 year, I just did modeling. So
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I did
Okay.
for brands like again Tanera, then
Okay.
Duraflex, and HRX.
Was it good money as well?
Decent.
Decent. Okay.
Yeah.
And I mean, you stopped this. Why? I mean,
I haven't stopped it.
Okay.
So it's just that now I'm into my work.
Mm-hmm.
But whenever I get whenever I get gigs which I actually like doing, and
Okay.
I see something in it,
Mm-hmm.
then I take it up. But
But you're
not
not
as
really proactive
yeah,
towards
doing
getting it.
anything and everything. Yeah, like now I don't look for things to just do it for money. Like
Okay.
I do it for something which I find is quality oriented. So yeah.
In terms of making content, is that something you're interested in doing? I mean, see, I mean, from your profile, it's clear that more than making content, it's been a whole lot of documenting, right? Documenting,
Yeah.
say, your milestones, and let it be fitness oriented, or we've seen a few of your shoots as well that you've posted. I think some great portfolio pictures that you have on the profile. But do you wish to make like content, say, about fitness
Yeah.
personally?
Yeah.
Is that something that
Yeah,
interests you?
that's something which I'm working on.
Okay.
Not
Okay.
now.
Great.
Yeah, but then eventually, yeah.
And do you find yourself comfortable in front of the camera? And,
Yeah. I think
yeah?
because of the entire modeling
Okay.
aspect, I think it has made me comfortable. I'm very comfortable. Yeah.
I think the best part of today, right? Like just generally, if you look at things, there's so much content out there, yes, but I think there's always space to give like a new perspective on
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned, like what you mentioned today about, say, a calorie count thing, like I think 8 out of 10 fitness experts and communities are promoting calorie counting
Yeah,
and that
that's
lifestyle.
true.
Great. I mean, nothing against it. Maybe it's working for people. Maybe people are okay with it, right? Like there's no right and wrong. It depends on what suits you, and maybe you can have like a whole new perspective. And the perspective you gave was so much more flexible, right, for someone else.
Yeah.
Is that something you want to build on,
Yeah.
like creating content around that?
Yeah. So that's what that's also one of the aspects. Like I just see people really having a hard time with calorie counting. I see people failing with their diets. I've seen people, putting themselves down because of that, and then just giving up. So yeah, for sure, I do want to bring forth that kind of awareness to people, that the idea should not be about having a toxic relationship, but it's building about what your gut needs.
Yeah.
So for sure.
Yeah. What is your perspective on home food? Like the way I see it, right? Like a good portion of home food is still fine. Like if
Yeah.
versus like a small meal, but it's a burger.
Yeah.
I think home food still does the job.
Yeah.
And are you someone who still enjoys like home food, and is it a
love
big
home
part
food.
of
Yeah.
your daily routine?
Yeah, I love home food. And to be very honest, my food is very like I can eat the same meal every day.
Okay.
And I can still enjoy it.
What is your go-to favorite meal?
Like my go-to, like to be honest, if there's something which I could eat every day, would be like chocolate. I love chocolate.
Okay.
And not just any chocolate, but I actually like quality oriented chocolates, like bean to bar kind of chocolates.
Okay.
So but like for example, my breakfast is just eggs and sourdough bread, but I actually look forward to eating my eggs and sourdough bread, and I'm trying to see how I can make it better. So I'm trying to see if I can add a pesto sauce and make a pesto sauce, or get it from somewhere, or like a hummus or something, to just make it even better. But I pretty much eat that, and I have stir-fried vegetables, which is just salt and pepper for breakfast every day. But I'm used to eating it because I love it's become a part of me basically. Yeah. So
What's been the most challenging thing about all of this? Like in this whole change, is it that easy for you? Or what's been the most challenging thing?
Yeah, I
for you?
think this is easy for me as compared to that toxic relationship which I had with food, where I would just calorie count everything. This is easier, Once I'm full, then I can look at other aspects, like I can work, I don't have to think about, oh, have I measured my food or not, constantly feel hungry. So those small changes you make in your diet can really be very helpful.
Very helpful. This is a question that I'd asked a recent guest, and I'd love to hear your opinion as well. Uh, there are two options that you have, and option one is you can be rich but not famous. Option two is you can be famous but not rich.
You can be famous but not rich.
Okay, these are the two options. Which one would you choose for your life and why?
I think it would be rich and not being famous.
Rich and not being famous.
Sure.
Okay, I could guess.
Yeah, for
Okay.
sure. Yeah.
So you don't want too much attention on you.
Yeah,
Like
that's fine.
fame is not
Yeah.
something you're chasing. You've
I
never
think-
chased it.
Yeah. I think also, like, I don't know about others, but
Okay.
I just feel like this is about my personal opinion, that if you're just happy with yourself
Mhm.
and you're happy with what you're doing,
Mhm.
you don't need to get an approval from people,
Mm.
You don't have to. This is what I've experienced.
Okay.
And there have been so many areas of my life where it doesn't matter to me.
Mm.
So what people think or what people say, zero F's. Yeah.
That's nice. That's
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, I think the vibe I've got from you is you're pretty sorted in your head in terms of what you like and what you don't, and what's the type of space you want to be in,
Yeah.
and you're not really too bothered about what the world thinks of you.
Yeah.
I also get a sense, and this is something I've noticed very rarely, like from most of the guests that I've interviewed. Everyone's also running to get to a certain place very soon, or they have very dedicated timelines in terms of when they want to do what. A sense I also got from you, and tell me if I'm right, like you're not too bothered about the pace as well.
Yeah.
You want to do it at your own pace,
Pace, yeah.
in a pace that you'd enjoy it.
Yeah, for sure.
Have you always been that way?
I think I've gotten to be this way.
Okay.
Before I was just like, trying to chase
Mhm.
couple of things, wanting approval of people, or getting there to get an approval from people. But now I've reached a stage where I'm so passionate and driven by doing what I like, and I like to explore so many things, and I'm able to do that. So that gives me so much of happiness that I'm so lucky and so fortunate enough to have that. And I feel like we forget to just have that sort of gratitude
Yeah.
that we're able to do it.
Mm.
So yeah.
No, I think it does come down to a lot of comparison, right? At the end of the day, I think everything just comes down to comparison, where you're like constantly comparing your life
Yeah.
to someone else, and every bit of a day where you're not feeling that great is coming out of comparison. Because you're ideally comparing where you are with where you want to be, and usually where you want to be is set based on where someone else is.
Yeah.
Right? And then in the perspective that you mentioned, if you just wake up and figure that you're probably in a very good place already, like
Yeah.
like what
We're
else
so
are you
lucky.
what else are you really like sitting and praying here
Yeah.
for, right? Like think of it like this, like say, let's assume God also sleeps in the night, and then he wakes up and he says, okay, what's my task for today? Where is your, like, do you think your wish is making it on top of his priority list? Like, isn't there other things that needs to be solved in this world right now,
Yeah.
other than you maybe wanting like a better car,
Yeah.
or a little more money,
Yeah.
or maybe 3-4 people around you saying, oh, what, you're doing a great job.
Yeah.
And those are the things where like we tend to pray for, but are those really like a priority? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. And I think if we the thing is, we know it, but we don't practice it sometimes.
Yeah. So I remember once I'd fallen sick,
Okay.
and touch wood, with the grace of God, I
Okay.
don't fall sick very often. But when I got sick, I started realizing, oh my God, all these days when I was so well, that was such a beautiful life,
Yeah.
like it was so nice.
Yeah.
So I just feel like only when you realize, like, the hard things is that you realize the value of just having a healthy body,
Yeah.
And I think the worst thing which I have got rid of is watching Instagram first thing in the morning. Like that's another toxic trait,
Yeah.
And third of all, what you said about other people, comparing yourself with other people, that happens again because of Instagram, which you can't get rid of. Okay. But what also, see, I'm not 100% perfect. Of course, there have been times I've also compared myself. But what I've realized is that the other person who you compare yourself with, if you actually have a conversation with them, they'll have their own fears,
Yeah.
or their own comparisons, what
Yeah.
they have, or they look up to,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
everyone's in a journey. No one's
No one's really ahead.
Yeah,
No one's really
no
ahead.
one's ahead. No one's leading the perfect life. The perfect life exists only when you are happy with it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing, So yeah.
Yeah, because even if, like you said, right, say you have this person that you want to be like, there are two things about the person that you want to be like. One, there's a lot more, I mean, again, different perspectives on this, but okay, let's assume it like this, right? Say you're in a certain profession, and there's someone else ahead of you in that specific profession, and you wake up every day wishing I was in those shoes. But the reality is that person who's reached there has already paid a bigger cost
For sure.
to be there, and that person lives that cost every single day. Now those costs are of different natures. It might be money, it might be
Family.
relationships,
Yeah.
family, whatever.
Yeah.
And second, for you, probably that is your destination. For that person lives a different destination every single day.
Exactly.
Right? And he or she is not really bothered about how you are looking at them.
Yeah.
Because that person is also looking upwards and saying,
Yeah.
this is the circle, or these are the levels that
Yeah.
I want to reach. So it's really a vicious cycle. And honestly, like over the years, at least over the last 3-4 years in my life as well, I've told myself time and again that, hey, listen, you know what, this is it. Like, you have most of what you need. Everything else is just experience now, right? Like, you have your food in place, you have your shelter in place. There are like really good people around you who support you, and you can't have a day where you're like not happy with this. How can you have a day where you're not happy with this? Because this is probably a dream come true.
Yeah.
Like for like most people.
Yeah. For sure.
And even if you don't have one of this,
Yeah.
you have a miserable life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you remove one of these factors and you have a miserable life.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we kind of got to keep reminding ourselves.
Yeah, I think also like what has helped me is like when you keep listening to either podcasts or different people who you look up to, it just is a constant reminder. Because when you have to do it all by yourself again,
It's tough.
it's tough. It's not like life is bed full of roses and things are going to be fine always.
Yeah.
But you have to keep generating yourself time and again.
Yeah, and that's why Instagram plays a nice role, right? Like, you got to be very extremely sure about who you're following.
Yeah,
and what's the type of content that's coming up on Instagram. Like, because whether you like it or not, there is some amount of time you're going to spend on it, and you'd rather have positive reminders, affirmations, than like nonsense, like people just flashing life,
which is not
big
true.
life. Yeah, which
it's just the aspect, like they just show this much of it.
Yeah, it's such a small part of your life. Like, even you right now, there was only so much we knew about you, like before meeting you. Your profile only speaks so much, right? But then you meet people and then you realize, like, okay, real life is so different.
For sure. For me, like, I like meeting people because I really try to understand what their perspectives are. And like, sometimes we just feel like we just see an image of someone made by our head, which is not true, It's just a perception in our head. Based on some past which we have built it up.
So, I mean, Karishma, like I mentioned to you, our attempt was to document some of your thought processes.
Awesome.
It was great, like, doing this. I really enjoyed diving deep into these thought processes, and it's nice to see that there are a lot of ventures that you're still putting together in your own head, and how you want to make them come alive. And you did mention that there are things you didn't want to speak about because they are not yet happening. But I want to tell you that whenever it is, we don't know when, but when once you have put your thoughts into it and it's in fruition and you've seen those results, we'd want you to come back and then
For sure.
speak about those things, and we'll have a part 2 of your life documented then. But thank you so much for being here.
Awesome. Thank
it
you.
was great doing this. I hope you liked it
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you for having me here.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I feel like you asked the right kind of questions and you were very clear.
Glad.
So awesome.
Glad,
It was
glad.
nice being around.
Thank you. So we had a great time. This was our attempt at trying to document Karishma's thought processes and what she wants to do with her life and where she is right now. I've personally found it like as a big reminder to be not just grateful, but also be happy with the pace of things you are going at it, right? Like, we usually let our pace determined by the average of things that are happening around us, and I think like this is one solution towards leading a happier life if you think about it. So I hope you took that away too. If you've taken something else away, great. And if you're still watching, thank you so much. This was episode 55 of On a Personal Note with Adarsh Sakare. See you on the next one.